All right, team. I'm excited. I'm feeling good. You guys see me back in here, healthy, ready to go with the small account challenge. Of course, Ryan, super excited in the back. And we got some special news just only for Benzinga Pro members out there. Smash the like. Let's get it started. You guys know where you're at. It's live trading with Benzinga. It's time to have a good week, baby. And I'm hungry. Ate a grand slam this weekend, and I'm ready for some more.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. I mean, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, team, let's get it started. Let's bring on the boys. We got Ryan Faloona. We got Zunaid in the house. Definitely smash the like, guys. How you guys doing out there?
We're good. Doing great. Happy Monday morning. Sorry, Zunaid.
No, you're good. You're good. Happy Monday. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Mitch. Sorry, my Spotify just started playing stuff. But what's up?
Good. You're good. Ready to go, baby. Ready to get after this day. We're going to have another great day, of course, right here on live trading. Excited to continue on with our small account challenge and stuff. And we'll see if we can keep pushing. I was able to bounce back, get mine back over the 500 last week. Ryan taking the lead for sure. The only person that we needed an update was on Zunaid because
I'm down.
Ryan and I didn't know what happened with that options trade. What happened?
So yeah, so I lost 50%. I lost 50% of that options trade. So it was about $1 worth, $100 worth. And so now, as a matter of fact, here, why don't I do this? Why don't I start things off for us?
Yeah, I'll bring you up there.
So that is my account. Again, this is a $500 challenge that the three of us are doing. I am currently in third place, which typically wouldn't be bad, but when you think, when you consider that it's out of three people, it's not that great. But yeah, there you go. So my account at the moment is valued at $443.58. The trade that I taken was a Facebook short, is a 230 short on Facebook, which we'll go ahead and check out here in a minute. So here's the Facebook put. Obviously, it expired worthless, but at some point we were in the money. But it wasn't enough for me to go ahead and cash in and sell. But it's okay. That's something that I'll go ahead and have to work on. But yeah, the reason I had taken that put was because I wanted it to break the 230, which you can see we got there, but unfortunately it didn't flush. And that's when I would have been able to take those gains. So 230, that is going to be a key level to keep an eye on Facebook. So I guess that's one stock to go ahead and kind of keep in mind. And I believe, before I continue, I think you had some Moomoo news. You want to share that now? I don't want to hijack anything.
No, we'll go for that in a second here. Let's talk about our stocks. Then we'll get into a little bit of some Moomoo talk. Like always, team, we're going to keep talking about Moomoo, but we're about the stocks here too, right? Let's talk a little bit about our trading action. Then we'll get into a little bit more, right, about these accounts. And we're going to always kind of bounce and forth, right? We wanted to show you guys the process. We also want to trade some other names too, right? So let's get to the action. Let's talk about some stock charts out there that you can be watching today. I will let you guys know I have no swing trades on right now. So no swing trades on for me, meaning that guess what? Well, I'll be looking towards the open to see what we get, right? A lot of what we got some action in a lot of technology names, and I can show that as simply as showing you kind of like stocks L or stocks S, right? Yesterday on Friday, we got a lot of action coming right back into that bullish run. You guys can see all that green going up. So we're going to see what happens with technology names today, right? Will Apple continue to hold? Will Tesla continue to hold? I think Tesla almost filling that gap already that we talked about on May 1st. I hope somebody was able to nail that. I know I didn't, but I was looking for the gap fill. We're almost to that gap fill. So that's another 7 points higher from here. So maybe Tesla can continue higher today. That's one that's on the radar. Oil stock struggling today and starting to get a bounce now, but you've seen Oxy down big because of what happened with the Warren Buffett mention. I'm going to look to see. I'm almost at the point where I'm ready to short oil names again, but I also need this market turning. Remember what I've talked about on XOM? I was waiting for around the 110s, 111 area. We're at 110.41. So if we can get around the 111 today, I'll be looking for a short potentially on ExxonMobil. Of course, might not be with this small account just because it's not going to give me enough there, but I will be looking at it. Maybe I could look at it in the options game, but that's, not my cup of tea. So I'll stick to what I know, and we'll see if we get some swings on the downside for ExxonMobil. But kicking it to you guys and giving your outlook. I know Ryan will take a look at the overall market, so that's why I left it for my man. Let's get after it, Ryan.
Much appreciated. We have another week of earnings that we're going to start with here. Let me go ahead and throw my screen up. Boom. All right. So here are the earnings for the week of May 8th. The notable one that's happened already is Tyson. Tyson down, I think, like 12% here this morning. Yeah, Tyson down real healthy, down 12 and almost 0.5% here this morning on missed earnings. They said that they had a strategic plan to get back, although the protein market's going to be challenging. They have a plan for growth. So we'll see how that goes. Normally, I play Tyson ahead of earnings if I see large put or call sweeps. I didn't get that this time, so I had no exposure to this earnings print at all. We'll see how Tyson ends up faring today. Worth noting, after hours today, we have a couple of big ones that I know this crew is interested in, right? We're going to have PayPal. That should also affect Square or Block. And then we also have Palantir and Lucid. Devon Energy, worth noting. I know there are a couple of energy traders. Devon got mentioned, so that's another one. Later this week, some big ones. Under Armour tomorrow morning. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. And then after the close tomorrow, EA, Airbnb, Oxy, for all you energy traders out there. I'm curious to see what Affirm does. We've, of course, got Rivian in there and Twilio as well. And then most notably is probably going to be Wednesday. We've got Roblox and Wendy's, before the open. I don't think it's a coincidence that Wendy's reports on Wednesday, but that's just me guessing. And then after the close, we've got Disney, Robinhood, Beyond Meat, for all you fake meat fans out there, and then also Unity. So pretty big week of earnings. There should be some in here that are going to cause the market to move around. So we'll monitor these. By the way, one of the crack traders in Benzinga Pro tweeted back. I tweeted the earnings graphic, as I always do, tweeted back and said, Roblox is, let me read it to you, out of school annual play. So we're going to start today off with a trading idea. Sounds to me like this trader is going to swing Roblox over the summer when kids are home and likely to be playing more video games. Remember, Roblox has those cards that you can buy and the micro transactions. That should be excellent for profitability. I think that's probably the thesis there, but just wanted to give that out here live on the show. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the market. Then we'll go into the small account and where we stand. Market here still dancing above that 410 level. We've used this level of support and resistance. If we take a look at the daily chart here, we can see price discovery is going on. The SPY is pricing in what it should be worth here. We're clearly not going higher. We're actually not violating the top side of this candle from May 1st. I got the top of that candle here real quick, 417.62. So as long as we stay under that low, for me, it looks like this SPY wants to kind of roll over. I'm still in the bearish camp. I know we have some green arrows here today. Let's see where we close. If we do trade down, I'd be looking at this 410.68 as a potential support area. So that pretty much covers up the SPY. Real quickly, let me go ahead and remove this and then add this and make it full screen. Bang. So here is the small account challenge for Moomoo. Yes, I am excited. I was nervous going into this. I was just talking with Zunaid. This is a huge step outside of our comfort zone. We're not used to not having PDT. We're not used to having this small of a balance. We have to pretty much restructure our trading, but so far, so good. So if you remember, we did take a loss on the second SQQQ trade we made last week. We were able to completely get that back, as well as some more money on top. So the account currently sitting at 571.25. And in addition to that, I think I told you last week about the guessing Apple earnings. Well, Moomoo lived up to their end of the bargain. You can see I've got rewards delivery here. I basically guessed Apple's earnings correctly, and I have to get, or I'm going to be rewarded shares of Grab Holdings. So more on this in a moment. Mitch is actually going to show it to you and give you some more cool news for our Benzinga Pro customers. But basically what's going to happen here is over the next month and a half or so, I'm going to be awarded 5 shares of Grab Holdings, not really a company I care about, but it's going to equate to about $15 for free just for guessing earnings. So another really cool perk here with Moomoo. I've never got this at any of my other brokers, so really excited to see that. We do have day trades today. So the plan for today, I've got 2 day trades open. I don't get my last day trade until Friday. Remember, this week I'm actually going out of town. So Thursday and Friday, I will not be on live trading, which means these 2 day trades I can spread out over the next 3 days. So I'm definitely going to be looking to take a shot here today. I'll let Mitch cover a little bit more about Moomoo when he gets back. In the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about some of the stocks that are in play here today. Let me go ahead and get my pro screen back up. Let's take a look at the movers tool and let's see what we can find. Okay, so first things first, let's take a look at BLCM. This is a penny stock. This is Bellicum Pharmaceuticals. We did push over that 120 level here today. Let's go ahead and mark that off. We got 122 as the high. If we take a look back here, you can see what this stock actually did. We'll mark this first push up, this first impulse wave. We'll mark that as a resistance. And then we'll mark the support here at 66 cents. So for you penny traders, we have a penny stock that is moving today up 187%. The strategy here is going to remain the same, even though we're focusing on the small account. We want this to come back to VWAP, right? We really don't want to take a position hoping that we're going to get momentum out of the open, only to have the stock knife back and immediately put us behind the 8 ball. So would really like for this to come back into VWAP or settle at one of the other support points. We'll see what we end up getting here. IMRN, this is Imuron. This is trading up here today too. We actually have a catalyst. We did pop as high as 359. Imuron shares are trading higher after the company announced the FDA removed the clinical hold on the ETEC therapeutic IND application. So I'm actually not sure about the specific application, but I can absolutely see why this is trading up here. Let's see where it actually settles first. Looks like it's kind of leaking. On the way back here, maybe we bounce off this 282 spot. We shall see. Next on the list here, Zunaid, I'm going to kind of pick it up here and give you some time to go over some stuff. Next here, we have EZFL. This is going to be Easy Fill Holdings. Now, this is looking a little poppy and droppy. So every time that it's really kind of popped up there, it's dropped really quickly. We want to remember that if we do end up trading this here. We're sitting right under the 350. Stocks up 55% this morning, right under VWAP. So a nice move through VWAP on volume might give us a VWAP cross and a test here at the 396 or maybe even the 4 level. So we'll keep an eye on that. PACW in the news because it appears as if the banks, at least right now, are being rescued or at least trading up here. So PAC1 company cut its dividend. Up 31% here today. The bank trade, to me, it still seems like there's easier targets out there. So I understand some of you guys are trading the banks. That's great. I'm probably going to stay away from them in the small account unless something is just priced so well that I absolutely have to take a look at it. Next here is going to be BAC. This is ticker BAK. And if we take a look at this, we did pop as high as 1350. Do have a catalyst here. Let me mark that top off. Catalyst here. Brascam shares are trading, continuing. The company confirmed it has received an acquisition offer. So interesting note here. Got an offer, but nothing's written in stone yet. This carving out a huge range here. Would really like to see how this actually trades here today. Looks like 1162 is about balance. We're a little bit under that, and we're extended away from the VWAP. So we'll see if this actually ends up getting crazy. IMPP, this is one of those micro penny oils that seems to move along with oil. I've not had success trading this. I've tried a number of times. I know we've actually reverse split since then, but we'll see. I mean, maybe we'll mark this off. Let's see. Maybe we'll get nuts today, folks. Maybe we'll get a little crazy here. Who knows? IMPP really needs to clear out that 3 level before we go anywhere. SMX, this is another micro cap here. This is moving to the highs here. Was as high as 205. We leaked right back down to one of the support levels, currently hanging right under VWAP. This actually might make a good trade here too. Megal, this was from our crazy runners here. Megal getting moving here, but coming back in. We want that to firm up. Zscaler, I believe they reported earnings, didn't they? And they're popping and going higher here. Yeah, Zscaler shares are trading higher if the company expects to report its Q3 revenue above its prior guidance. So they didn't actually report yet. They're telling you that they look to report above their guidance. So we'll see what happens here. I noticed that Top was also on the list. I'm not going to trade this. This is just too wild for my blood. It's really kind of just banging the lows here. So just be careful. That is on the list. Zunaid, what do you got for us, my man?
What is up? All right, let's go ahead and rock and roll. Taking a look at Top since you just went ahead and mentioned it. Ooh, my Spotify's a little too loud. There we go. All right, taking a look. Yeah, no, we're good. I got it. You good? All right, taking a look at Top here. $10 is where I tried to go ahead and play this on Friday. It worked out well because my stop was $1 and it only went down about 88 cents. So we were good, made some money on that one-to-one trade on that. Do I want to go back to the well for $1 or shoot me for $10? Not really. I'd rather go ahead and lose money somewhere else. Let's go ahead and check out the SPY. Got a little bit of a range for me here. You've got the 414. Went ahead and you had support here. Popped, resistance, popped, support, up, down, broke, now resistance, that same exact level of resistance. And so for me, I'm not looking to go long until and unless we break 414. So that's the level that I personally have on the SPY SPY. On the downside, you've got the 412. You can see you had a little resistance. You popped. You kind of held it as support in the after hours. And so we'll see if we can go ahead and break that area or not. Obviously here, if you believe in the spike, that also went ahead and held support at the 412 level. So $2 range for me, looking to not go ahead and trade until and unless we go ahead and break some levels here, unless we see something nice on the VWAP side of things. That could be of interest as well. Taking a look at Tesla as well, you've got your pre-market high, so that's kind of pretty simple to go ahead and mark off 174, call it 55 if you will. On the downside, I don't really have a level for you besides the 170, just a whole number. You can see how much congestion there was. Battle couldn't go either way until, of course, the pre-market this morning where we saw the beautiful pops. So matter of fact, let's get rid of a lot of these drawings and then just go ahead and pay attention to that one. And then see how the 170 level holds up as well. So there you go. Those are the two levels that I have on that. I believe there's something else that I wanted to talk about. Oil, that's what it was. So this is the micro WTI crude oil futures, 15-minute chart. Just like everything else, 73.50 is where you've got resistance at the moment. If you want to go ahead and take this to the long side, if I were me, which I am me, I would go ahead and wait till the break of the 73.50, then the retest I'd get in, or you can try getting in closer to VWAP, which is what this yellow line is. So the closer you get it there, the better in terms of risk reward. Am I long or short? So I'm not nothing on top, but what I was saying was if I wanted to try and play it, I would try to go long at that $10 level on top is what I was trying to say. Which I did do on Friday, and I made $1 out of it because it was a risk reward one-to-one trade, and it finally went ahead and hit 11. So there's two things I would do. One, try to play the $10 and again give it $1, right? Risk reward. Or you can go ahead and wait for the 10 to crack, and then on the retest, you can try to go short if you find shares available. But nonetheless, let's go back to oil. Taking a look at that. And I think the next area after that, you can obviously have 72.50, where you can see you had a little bit of resistance, popped up, held a support to the upside, we went. And then you also have this area, 72.85, same kind of story, right? So you can see where you had resistance, popped up, held support. Not just that, you come back and tested it and you held the support. So that tells me that, hey, this 72.82 area is definitely one to keep in mind in some support. The greatest thing that you could probably do besides knowing the future is if this VWAP gets to about the 72.81, and then you have a chance to go ahead and buy the dip, I think that's a good opportunity to go ahead and test out your risk reward. But obviously, you want to go ahead and have a stop loss and manage your trade as well. Currently, as we speak, 73.51 is being broken, and we'll see how it wants to behave from there. It is now 9:30. The market is open. Let's see how we rock and roll. There's another stock I feel like I had. Was it Meta? It was Meta. Look at that. I want to talk about the 230 level, and that's what I'm waiting to break. And, of course, in pre-market, we test it and we pop above. I am looking to go short Meta if we can go ahead and break this 230 and then ideally test it as well. IMPP is being mentioned, I assume, because of the oil situation that I was talking about. And you've got a little bit of movement in that stock as well. Looks like support might be around 267 or so. I personally would prefer playing this around 250 if I can go ahead and get it there, and that's ticker IMPP. But let's get back to the SPY here. Right in the middle of our range, nothing necessarily happening there.
BLCM, by the way, coming back in here. This would be great if this could come down to VWAP. I currently have the VWAP at about 98 cents. We'll see what goes on there. Kind of waiting that one out here, Zunaid.
Yep. You've got the futures that are coming down. Now, what's interesting is you've got the previous close around 41, 50, 25. I might actually be interested in just grabbing one Let's see if we can go ahead and do that. And of course, I got to connect my account. 3, 2, 1. You can't see my password, so that's good because my password is password. Imagine. Switch accounts. That's the one thing I hate. I wish TradeStation would just let you trade out of the same darn account.
BCLM going without me, but that's okay. We will remain patient here. PayPal's first move here is down out of the open, but it looks like it's catching a bid. So we'll see if PayPal can get going ahead of earnings here.
Oh, yeah, it might be interesting to play that at the $75 level. Let's see if I can go ahead and take a crack at that.
BLCM halted, it looks like. That was a nice move out of the gate. Sorry we didn't catch that one, folks. BLCM is, in fact, halted. HackW trying to catch a bid. SMX looks like that first move was down. We'll see if that holds. How is the view from the crow's nest? That's what I want to know, Sydney. How you doing this morning, Crow? Happy Monday. Wiss, Jay, Becca, Carmen, Smoke Tuna, Walter, Beach Bum, Michael, Raz. Boy, we got the whole crew here today. Smash up those likes, boys. And girls. Jeez, excuse me.
Terrible.
I know, I'm the worst.
Awful. Canceled immediately.
Cancel.
I'm going to try one little cute contract on the micros, by the way. You can see it on my screen. What's up?
Yeah, grateful to God saying BLCM way overbought, looking for the night. That's kind of what I was waiting for too, grateful, but we didn't get that. We got to move right out of the gate here. So SMX may be bouncing here. Do we have it here?
Oil buys would be best at around $58 area. 58. That's quick. That's ways away. Oh, I'm about to get stopped out here, but 58 is ways away. Did you mean like this is the oil trade I was talking about? So, Bill, let me know what you meant because 58 is quite a bit. By the way, it looks like top to the downside. I'm looking to find a bottom, but up. But yeah. Kind of tempted to try this $10 nonsense. By the way, I did go against stopped out on my no. Wait, no, I got I'm in on my futures contract. See if we can just get a quick little trade here and if that holds or not. All right, let's see. So top is currently halted down. The question is, do I want to try to be cute and play the $10 bounce? I think it's okay to be cute sometimes. Let's go ahead and do that. Can I please? Oh, come on. I hate when they do this.
Palantir, nice move here. 780 going to be your high on Palantir. Let's see if we go through that. Palantir, they're taking the bid or they're taking the ask at 780. See if Palantir moves higher here. Palantir, nice little move so far here. And SMX was a nice move off the 148. So the 148 corresponds with Friday's intraday high. We actually dipped below it by a few cents, but immediately bounced. So SMX, no position as of right now, but watching this one, showing some good action here this morning. We'll see what BCLM does, or excuse me, BLCM when it unhalts. Oh, that's just a 5-cent stock. IMPP space came in off its big push up. Palantir still being rejected at that 780 level. Disney moving higher. All right. Neo moving higher. Wait on BLCM until this unhalts. Would really like a pullback and a hold at the VWAP. That would give us a tradable entry for sure. Palantir right back up to that 780.
SPY just kind of hanging out. Our can't talk. MES trade on the future is working out slightly. We're up a couple of points, but we're looking for at least about 4 if we can get it. Can we get 4 points is the question.
Sorry for being a little late there, guys, but I'm back and ready to get after it.
We got you, my man. We got you.
Let's go. Let's see what we can get today, guys. So first things
SMX
first is looking at to see what happens in the market. What you got, Ryan?
I was just saying SMX, nice little bounce off that level we talked about. It's holding up here, which would be really good. If the volume stays elevated and we move through the VWAP here, we might have another setup there.
Big
we
move,
don't
success. Success bounced off the 1990s back above the 20s. I'll look for pullbacks back below 20 today. See if that happens. See if we get some technology going in the red.
Grateful to God calling Tesla Stressla, and I am absolutely here for it. I am stressed every time I trade that stock. That's a new one for me. I love it. I will probably repackage and reuse that. Fair warning.
I like the bros chart today. That might actually be a swing trade type of stock today, but I need a pullback in that.
You've got PayPal. I'm still waiting for the dip buy at around 75.03s. Let's take a look at Tesla, shall we? It's coming down. Maybe test that 170 level. What you say? What do you think?
So BCLM opened and an immediate pullback. Check this out. This is what we were waiting for here. This is, again, we talked about not wanting to buy this and immediately being a knife. Look what happened. I think we're halted to the downside here, aren't we? Yeah, sure. Open. No, looks like no, we are halted to the downside. Excuse me. So BLCM, nice little head fake out of the gate. This is why patience is so key. And while I'm talking about that, SMX just completely going. This bounce right here. This is why intraday highs are really important. Hi, buddy. You done checking out the golf clubs? This is why those intraday highs are so critical. This clearly a level that SMX is bouncing off of.
Trying to be patient in the XOM today. I want to get shorted on XOM, but that's up above 111s. But that's just because I feel like it's doing a little pop to short. SPY bouncing here, team. We'll see if we get some technology to bounce. Of course, keep your eyes on the favorite Apple. That one's actually coming down here, going against the market. So that one's something to keep an eye on. I'll show you guys Apple's chart right here. Apple coming down fast here, but pulling back after a really strong 2 days, right? So
yes, right after earnings, real strong.
AMD pulling back here after a big push out the gates, but of course you guys can see how some technology names are weak here out the gates. Nice opportunity here in AMD if you like it here.
Jay, I absolutely love this. I love noting things that are peers. So Jay telling us Six, which is of course Six Flags Entertainment, reported better than expected earnings and a nice little move up here. That is having a positive effect on Disney. Remember, Disney's theme parks considered in the same category here as Six. So really good relationship there. That definitely explains the Disney move, Jay.
Yeah, we'll see if that's able to hold. I always see Six pop and then drop, but be careful. Well, at least you can play it with the Disney move, right? Yep. So, all right. Thoughts on the Buffett Oxy news? Yeah, grateful. I'm looking for shorting oil. As simple as that. But
so I'm assuming this came out of the Berkshire Hathaway's investor presentation. Is that so what happened? Because I just full disclosure, by the way, TRVN, maybe this busts above 1 TRVN.
He just said simply that they're not going to take all of it. But that doesn't mean that he can't get up to 50% of it, right? So he could get up to 50%. He said there was speculation it was buying control. He says we wouldn't know what to do with it. So
okay.
They're probably not going to take the whole company, right? What are they going to do? They're not oil experts, right? So they just see the value in the company.
Waiting about a tick. Sorry, just real quick. Waiting about a tick to go ahead and get filled on my trade there on the limit side of things of MES. We'll see how it goes.
All I was going to say, Zunaid, real quick, TRVN, setting up for a move above the pre-market highs and the $1 level. Pulling back now, but that's probably good as long as we hold. Going back to you, Zunaid.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, just waiting on this to be given literally like, can I get a quarter point? Like, come on, can I just get filled? Come on. There's no way I don't get filled, bro. Literally need 0.25. Can I get 1/4 of a point? There's no way. You're trolling me. All right, maybe we'll get it. Maybe we won't. But we'll see how that plays out. Still kind of waiting in that range of SPY, though. You can see it's dead in the middle of that range. Previous close is right there at 412.62. Let's see what else we've got. Waiting on that short on Meta. We'll see if we get a chance to do that or not. Currently going up against the previous close, which has been resistance a few times. You can see right there. but we'll see if it kind of pokes through. I don't expect it to, but I'm not putting money where my mouth is, so who cares what I think? Still waiting for the better setup, which I believe is the crack of that 230.
TRVN coming back into its VWAP now. That actually would make it interesting. Now it looks like it's trying to bounce. No position. I will call it if I get it and show you.
All right, looking at the SQQQs for potentially a swing trade to the upside here. I wanted to come back, though. I needed a little bit back there towards 29.05s, 29, kind of 29, because I can risk off the lows here on the daily for a reversal, hopefully coming back towards a bullish engulfing. If we can engulf Friday's candle, it'd be a big move up. So I'm going to see if I can risk off the lows from the close on Friday, 28.87. We'll see if I get a pullback to 29. That's for the small account.
Okay, awesome. IMRN, great call there by Smoke Tuna. Are you grabbing my shirt? Great call by Smoke Tuna. Nice coming off the bottom here at 266. Currently at 317. Nice mover there. Didn't catch that bottom though. Jay Wild calling NNOX, NNOX. It's like that's having a nice move towards the highs as well. Man, that dip buy on TRVN, that would have done it. By the way, BLCM open here, trading lower, back down to VWAP.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and quickly take a look at top here. Unfortunately, TradeStation or TradingView, whatever it might be, wouldn't let me go ahead and buy at $10 when it was halted down. So I couldn't get my order in. But nonetheless, that idea of a dollar stop seemed to have worked because you now got that 1-to-1 trade as top is halted to the upside right near VWAP. I've got it on the 1 minute right there. We'll see how it unhalts. But if anyone took that idea of $10, congratulations. You might have seen me struggle try to get that order and I just couldn't. But we're still in this one though. We literally could not get filled when we were right there. But we'll see how the MES trades works out.
FAZ pulling back, now coming back towards the VWAP. That looks interesting. SQQQs, I'm already missing some of the moves, so I need some pullback. It's at 29.13s. I need some pullback closer to 29. I'm trying to be a little bit pickier with that entry here. Yeah, I'm already missing the move there, but FAZ looking interesting too for me. That's declined. I'm starting to see the banks come down, and that's the important thing. For me, it's all about the banks, right? They come down, I can start playing that outlook that regionals can come into concern again, especially looking at like JPM, Bank of America. We'll see what happens on names like that.
Watching BLCM here around its VWAP, it looks like it's trying to hold, but I'm worried about yet another knife.
Market buy, Crow, you crazy. I am not doing a market order on a stock that is halted. No, sir. No, sir.
SPY coming right back down, and Apple coming. Let's see if Apple breaks through lows now. It's right at VWAP. Will it reject VWAP and come back through the lows here? That's what I'm paying attention to. SQQQ's already got up to a high of 29.17. Looking for pullbacks below 29.10. Maybe take a little bit of a shot there on a swing for the SQQs.
So I want us to take a look at. You have a trade?
No, I mean, I'm thinking about BLCM here. It looks like it is holding the VWAP.
Remember that sometimes we need to leave the screen a little bit up for the blurriness, Ryan, but doesn't matter right now.
Yep. Well, it should be okay on Pro. It's Moomoo that's been giving us that trouble, but
I'm just reminding it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Mitch. You're right.
Just looking out for the stream, baby.
All right,
that's the producer hat.
Someone wanted us to go ahead and take a look at Futu. So here's Futu. This is a 4-hour chart. You can see you've had support a few times around this $42 area. Now we're well below that. So honestly, I think they wanted to go. I think, Kevin, you're looking at long. Yeah, I'm not sure if long's the way to go. I would wait for this to kind of go ahead and take a look at the 15-minute. Wait for it to, well, it did go ahead and close below. Short is what I'm seeing on Futu. I don't necessarily see an idea for a long, to be honest. Doesn't mean there's not one there. It just means that I'm kind of blind to it. But because that support has been cracked, you're also in a downtrend, right? Look at that. Crayons. I love it. I love when my crayons work out. So yeah, I'd say it's in a downtrend. Wait for this break of this downtrend, the short term, or short might be the way to go.
BLCM breaking below its VWAP here and getting a little bit more jiggy now that it's below the VWAP. So this is one of the things that we want to, sorry, let me clear this menu off, guys. This is one of the things I wanted to be careful about. It didn't look like it was pushing away from that VWAP. We also had that 102 level that immediately got pounded. So we want to see if this actually firms up a little bit. Maybe we do get a bounce back towards those highs. But for right now, holding off on it. I'll let you know if that changes. Could change quickly. And by the way, SPY and market moving down here, so that should help us find relative strength.
Yeah, missed that buy on 29.10's pullback right now. I went to 29.08. I got a little picky. I was looking for 29.05 and below, close to the VWAP here. But SQQQ's right back to the top of the range here and then pushing now to the high on the intraday. I think this looks great, but the only problem is how do I jump on this trend, right? I'm still looking for pullbacks. We'll see what happens.
TRVN through 1. So it looks like I watched the wrong stock there. That dip by back down at the VWAP. That's going higher here, 105. That was pretty good right there. BLCM still hasn't firmed up here. There's definitely still some selling action going right beneath 1.
And there's financial services now into the red. FAZ starting to take off their team. So I think that's one thing that I'm keeping a very close eye on. Today, you saw a lot of people thinking, oh, the banks are good. The banks are fine. Well, they're definitely getting hit right now, right out the gates. Let's just pay attention to that. FAZ now going higher. We'll see if this gets to 2150s. I had a nice level off the morning to risk off of 21s, but this didn't grab it on that first dip when it went to 21.05. SPY going lower here. Of course, it had a really nice day Friday, really nice day pre-market, and now we're getting that reversal. This is kind of the action we were expecting Friday. We're just getting it now on Monday, right? And so look at the banks. That's the most important thing, I think, to kind of focus on. And you can see them, even JPM, now new intraday low. And that's what's telling me, hey, boom, they're going after the banks. The market comes down. That's when I expect tech to pull back. Does it mean that it's going to last the whole day? No, but for right now, they're showing me the hand right now, and that's rotation going away from banks, away from energy now, as I'm expecting that to get into the red. There's 0.6 now starting to come back down, and you see healthcare in the red, basic materials in there, technology in the red, and something to point at. All right.
I won't laugh at you. I won't laugh at you, Kel, but here's XELA. Definitely not something I'm going to go ahead and trade, but you asked, 3 cents, right? You can see for multiple times, you can see 3 cents kind of holding a support. So if you're going to get into this one, that's got to hold a support, and you're obviously in a downtrend here as well. So either wait for that downtrend to break or purchase it with, 3 cents being your stop loss is how I would go about it, me personally, in this ticker, which I won't, like I said, but, if I had to use my enemy's money, and I still might not, but just in case.
Starter on there. Didn't see the XOM close to that 111. Could have got the starter up there towards 110.97, but I'm already seeing oil drop in here. I'm taking it in my swing trading account, not the Moomoo account here. This is for start swing trade, and definitely going to focus on this. I've been waiting for this move. So it finally got a little push there in ExxonMobil. It went to 110.97. I got a starter on here. Going to look to get more in above 110 and 110.75, but if it just comes down here today, well, I don't want to miss this opportunity. I'm taking a swing and a starter here in XOM short.
Fellas, we've lost a good one. Unfortunately, I don't know how Walter will ever recover from this tragic loss of $1. Come on, Walter.
I believe in Walter for one.
Get it together, Walter. I like how you said for one.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm confirming that there's at least one person out there that believes in his ability.
Well, if you give him $1, he'll be a break even. So,
all right, Apple pushing hard. Let's take a look there. Yeah, it did reverse there, back to the upside here. That's a good sign for the SPY. We could start seeing it slow down.
Long BLCM here. We're gonna try this one. We'll see how it goes. Let me go ahead and put up Moomoo here real quick.
Oh, man, missed the XQQ.
So if this bid at 1 falls out, we're going to be in trouble. But we want to wait and see. So if we go here, you can see here's the position average 1.029. So just about 103 on the average there. Let me go back to the trading screen here. I'm going to change this to market. and I'm going to change the entire position so I can get out on one click. Let's get a push through 104 here on BLCM. If we break beneath 95, I'm probably going to close this out.
All right, like always, guys, you guys can check out Moomoo. I'm throwing up the QR code in the top right corner here. And like always, you guys can check it out. And I do got some exclusive news for Benzinga Pro members. That's coming up. I'll talk about that right after 10 a.m.
All right, a few things. So I am in at BLCM as well with Ryan. I'm going to make sure that I go ahead and sell before him so I can lock in my gains. But I'm also in on PayPal as well. $75 PayPal purchase at 75.03. Looking to go ahead and sell it at around 75.45 if I can.
All right, let's keep it going. And like always in the description, you guys got a link if you guys just want to click it instead of the QR code. All right.
Let's see
how the likes are doing today here, guys. What you got, Ryan?
I was just going to say for BLCM here, we want to see if it pushes through this right here. This is what we really need to get this going. This 103 has kind of been a sticking spot. That's where I bought trying to clear it out. We don't want to see $1 fall to the downside. That would be bad.
All right, looks like team, we got over 460 of you guys out here. Let's go ahead and hit some likes. We only got 90 likes right now. Let's see if we can get that to 200, team. Come on, show us what's up. You guys enjoyed getting this for free every single day and having the supporting community? Just give us some feedback whenever you get a chance.
Our community is the best part. I say it all the time. I'm going to keep saying it.
I'll look to go short here on SPY. I've got an order out, so not a market order, but I've got an order out at 412.47 to go short on the SPY, 150 shares on the SPY.
TRVN rocketing now, 134 high, so that looked to be the winner. Probably in the wrong stock here today. Again, on BLCM, really need this 103 to get taken out. If it does, we could be in good shape. Otherwise, this might knife.
All right, come on, Crow. Pump this puppy up. We're right near VWAP at on the 5 minute, excuse me. So I'm waiting for a pop to about the 110s. What's your target, Ryan?
I'd like this to get back towards the highs, but we'll see if it's got the juice to do that. What I really want to see is how it behaves down here. Great job clearing out 103. Here we go on a move up. Let's see if this move has a momentum push here. We don't want that momentum to die out a little early. So what I'd really be looking for, 115 would be good, but 131 would be better. And I'm not going to do any scaling out on this position because it's only 500 shares. It's a majority of the account here. Since I'm using a day trade, I'm trying to use as much leverage as I can get. They brought in a bid at 105. That should help us here.
Let's go. Come on. I've got my sell orders just for transparency at 119. Just a heads up. 119, looking to sell my 1,000 shares. Let's go. Come on. By the way, SPY's at that 412 level that we've been mentioning, right? We'll see if it kind of stays below that or not on the 5 minute. Let's look to break it. 40 seconds to go on the 5 minute candle. Come on. What you gonna do, SPY? What you gonna do?
I'm checking out PTPI. Just to let you guys know. Thinking about trying to get this at 4. If I can get it on pullback here, I really like the hourly setup. It's definitely a known runner. I've traded this in the past and had an interesting daily pattern. So I can show you guys this. Let me see if I can put mine up here. There you guys. So you guys see this is up there by 4. It's already made a move to 426. I can show you the hourly chart. We've got some nice sideways action on this. And this is what I'm looking at. Where could I risk off of? Okay, maybe 380s here. Getting closer towards 4 seems to make sense for me. The spread is about 12 cents, so got to keep that in mind, right? But I'm looking at a play like PTPI here as the daily seems to make sense. Nice little calming action in the last, like, let's say 2 weeks here. So I like that outlook here. You get kind of a nice quiet weekly candle. Let's see if we get a weekly expansion through last week's high of 455. 55. We'll see what happens. Kicking it back to your chart, Ryan.
Yep, we're still waiting for BCLM to bounce here. It's trying, but it really can't get that push. What we want is that push. If we can get that push away from this VWAP, that actually might lure in more buyers here. Nice to see the volume expand as well.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens, team.
We just want this to push away here. Feels like it's trying. Hey, buddy.
XOM looks like it wants lower here. I could also look for drip in the small account. Now that's one way that I could maybe play the oil move down here. Oil drip has pulled back significantly on the day. So I'm taking a look right now at the drip off the pullback. The drip.
Mitch, you got that drip growing when you hit that grand slam this weekend.
Oh boy, I'm so excited about that. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Coming back and showing the 18-year-olds and the 20-year-olds that, hey, you can do it, baby. Experience. That's all that matters. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Drip. Can I get a little pullback here towards around like the 1530s? Because it's already kind of reversing the action on the day at 1550. It looks a little bit strong here. SPY just hanging up here down by the bottom of the range. It's not near your back by VWAP, yet Apple is right at VWAP. It actually come right back down. So let's see if Apple goes into the red. I think it's in the red from the open, at least. Yeah, 172.92 the open. So yeah, you're in the red from the open on Apple.
BCLM really needs to take this 108 here. This is showing that, there we go. This is showing some signs of wanting to go here. So let's see if we can get BCLM to roll. Just need another push here. Take out this 110. See if we can start getting it. This sure looks like this wants to curl up. But it's really struggling to get above that 110.
One stock struggling to do the move, but it has an interesting setup, is AMD right now. So AMD pretty interesting on that pullback. It's hanging out right below VWAP, has made multiple kind of body closes around 89.36. Just keeping an eye on it, see if it gets some reversal back in tech to the upside here. SPY just hanging out here. Let's see if it breaks the 412s. The SQQQ trade, I've already missed that significantly. It went up towards like kind of 29, 24s. So I'm still looking for pullbacks on that.
Really quickly, I closed BCLM here. To me, it feels like it might fall back, and I just wanted to lock some of those gains in. So kind of a crappy trade here. Bought at one point here. Yeah, you got my screen up. Bought at 1.0286 and filled at 1.06. So barely any movement here. Kind of just feeling heavy here. It did feel like it was going to go, but kind of rolling over here. I just don't want to take the L. I'm going to book the $16 and move on here. The order you placed is generating your second day trade in 5 business days. Thank you. No problem. We have that planned, so that's not a big deal here. So rather unimpressive trade here. Good luck, Zunaid and Crow, if you guys stay in. I'm trying to not damage my account here. This actually bumps us up. It's just a little bit, but we are bumped up here. 587.40 on the small account now. Let's see if this goes ahead and gets going here. Definitely felt a little bit heavier there. So we'll see. Yeah, easy, Mike. I'm glad I got out with a profit and didn't let it go negative. But the reality is I wanted so much more than that. I was giving you my targets, wanted above 110, wanted a 131 test. Just don't know if we're going to get that, and don't want the trade to break below VWAP and go red on me. That was the whole goal of this one. So we'll see if we end up getting that. I'm out though, but out with just a minuscule gain. Even on the small account, $16. I mean, it's all right, but considering we were using so much of the account to take that trade, I can't realistically say that it was good. Good news here on BCLM is that we actually are holding this level, this 105 level. The way I was kind of feeling for me is that it might roll over and break down. Well, we're not getting that yet. So that's really good. Zunaid should still be in and still be in profit. Zunaid, what kind of size did you take on that? I took 500 shares.
Let's show it to the folks. I've got 1,000 here. Stop loss is currently at 91 cents. Call it that. Looking to take gains at 119. Then also on my PayPal, we are currently up on that trade. Looking to take some gains at 75.40s if we can. Need about a 10-cent pop to the upside as we got in at 75.03. And those are the currently 2 trades that I've got on.
All right, team. So starting to see a lift in the growth names now as we get some of those growth names coming back with the SPY, and I'll be looking to see how much we bounce back, right? That's the concerning area now to kind of look at, and you guys can watch ARKK coming back now and some of those names getting stronger here. Of course, the cat's been talking about it also. Names like Shop having a good time right now, Unity having a good time. I know that reports earnings later in the week, so that's having a pretty decent run before their earnings. Keep your eye on some of these ARKK names as they start to push a little bit higher. And we'll look to see Tesla, can that turn right back around and get into the green? It did kind of bottom out, now starting to turn back to the upside. We'll see if it gets the motor going right here around the VWAP.
On the PayPal trade, the $75 bounce worked out to our favor. I am out of PayPal. So here's my BLCM trade, but there's a PayPal trade as it hit VWAP. I got out. Still could easily go ahead and, bounce above and all that good stuff, but I just wanted to play it from the 75 to the VWAP. Done, did it. Now we move on our focus with BLCM.
All right, looking at potentially doing a Tesla swing trade action here, even for the small account. I need it below 172 here. I think it can get to 177 and maybe to the 180s on the daily outlook, but let's see what it can get here if I can get a nice pullback.
And guys, I obviously chose the wrong stock today. I am sorry. SMX, huge move here. Great call off this 148 intraday high yesterday. We're up here at 217, excuse me. We did take out that 205 level that we identified from the pre-market session here today. So SMX, this looks good. If you guys were in this from earlier, I would say scale if you can. The other one that we were taking a look at from the list this morning, all of these stocks were from the list. So we're clearly identifying the right ones. I don't know what happened here. Geez. We're clearly identifying the right ones. TRVN ran as well. This is actually in a downside halt, though. Hopefully nobody's stuck in this. So some good movers here. Sorry I took the wrong one, but tomorrow is another day.
Hey, that's all that happens, man. You can't call them all, right?
And the other thing here's the other thing. Because I'm flat, this allows me now to either take a swing like we have on some of the ETFs overnight and not burn up a day trade, or if anything looks juicy for earnings tonight and there's a cheap contract, maybe I can lotto a cheap contract. Again, with the account being flat, I should be able to take another trade without burning a day trade. That's the goal right now.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick second here to talk about what the new change is in Moomoo that's specially only for Benzinga Pro users. So I wanted to click a quick second. We'll pull our screens down here. I want to tell you guys to definitely check out Moomoo as they're trying to do something special for us, right? And it's only for Benzinga Pro users. As you guys can see here now, if you guys click the link that I'm going to throw up in the chat right now, you guys can go over to our landing page on Moomoo and sign up with that link. Get your special account now, guys. You get 5 extra exclusive stocks. And I know Ryan has been trying to cash in his exclusive stocks. He's been already getting some of his free plays. I'm about to get my free plays. I got one of them already, but I'm going to go and cash those in and probably at the end of the show today or maybe tomorrow. I want to actually show you guys the process live and how we get in these rewards. But if you deposit up to $1,000 right now, you get those 10 free stocks. You get that 1 free stock for opening an account. You also get that 100 tier. So essentially you'd get up to 20 free stocks. Hit the link, guys. Check it out. And of course, check out Moomoo. If you want to know more, hit the link down below. Let's go, baby. Let's get back to the action. Let's pull up the charts and see what we can get into. How's it looking, Zunaid? I've only taken that XOM swing, man. I'm on the slow tip today.
Yeah, currently I'm short the SPY. As I mentioned, I had a limit order out there at 412.47, so I did go ahead and get filled on that, 150 shares. As promised, the question is going to be, do I go ahead and take the 1-to-1 trade or see if I can go ahead and get 2-to-1 on a dip below around it for 11.73. For now, it's a 1-to-1 trade. The reason I like this is simply because you've got VWAP and you've got the previous close right there, and I want to see if those can end up holding as resistance and we go ahead and come down and flush. If we go ahead and come on down, I might get greedy, which means I'll probably end up on the trade. But for now, we'll see how things play out. That's what I've got on the SPY.
Well, that talking a little bit might have cost me there in Tesla. I missed that 172 cut down through. I was looking for the below 172. So let's see if I can get it now. It was 171.79 that it went to. It's already up there towards 179, 172 50s. I'm going to look to see if this could push towards 177. I kind of like it, but already missed the pullback to VWAP and now missed the next cut through the 172.
Crow saying, good move, Ryan. I had to stop, but it's going to run, my friend. See, so this is Crow. I'm glad that you said this because this actually shows one of the things that we're trying to talk about here on a regular basis. One of the things that I said about the small account challenge here, and here's a knife that I was trying to avoid. One of the things that I was saying about the small account challenge is that it's going to be imperative that you play defense first. So while I wanted BLCM to run, and while I was targeting that 131, I'm going to play defense first, which means if I don't think I'm going to get the expected move, that constant rejection off 110, then the bid move, or then the ask move down to 109, that constant rejection says, I don't know if it's ready to run yet. I'm not in a situation where I want to hold something that I'm using 80% of the capital of the account or whatever it was. So I decided to get out there. Now that took me out of the running for getting this big pop a little bit later today. But again, for me, the strategy here is going to be defense first. We work this account up towards $1,000, be able to stay in some of these scalps a little bit longer. But again, I can't stress it enough. When you have a small account, going for the home run all of the time might get you in trouble. And in this case here, trying to play some defense.
All right, team, just added to the XOM swing trade. So I took another shot there on XOM, now bringing my average down to 110.07. But like I've talked about, I'm trying to work it here to closest towards 111 and start to look for XOM to go lower. And we're already getting that little look. What did I see? I saw a rejection of my level, which is around 110.25. So that was my original entry, moving myself a little down here for the ad, but that's what I'm trying to do is work the position a little bit.
I am out of BLCM. Went ahead and took my losses there. Lost about, I believe, 4 cents on that trade. And we did go ahead and take our gains on the SPY trade. So look at that. That VWAP fade went ahead and worked out. I did not want to be greedy, so I went ahead and took my 1-to-1 trade. Now, the next time I will go ahead and trade SPY is if it wants to go ahead and break this 412, and on that retest, I will be interested. And then on BLCM, I could have waited to see if the 95 cents breaks, but I did just go ahead and sell it on the 97 area. Now I want to wait to see if it comes back above $1. I'll get back in. No problem. No harm. No foul. But for now, I am out of BLCM.
All right, team. I just got one measly share filled in Tesla. I'm trying to go at it at one share at a time. You guys know I only got 500 in capital, so just got one share filled there at 171.88. Trying to play this up to 177. So this is in the small account challenge. I'll put my chart up so you guys can see that. You guys can see the orders already filled there, 171.88. So looking to add some more here into the 60s. There's the 70s. So I really want the 60s here. It tapped it 65 for a second there, but it was really quick. So I'm willing to add on the pullback here as I'm getting filled on the pullback off the 5-minute, especially. I'll show you guys that 5-minute outlook right now that I have my chart on. And so I'm just seeing the nice pullback to these levels right off the VWAP. So VWAP's around 52. Let's see if I can get below VWAP or close to VWAP here on pullbacks.
Real quick, Becca shouting INSG. Becca, you were on this last week, weren't you? Changed the ticker. INSG having a nice day here today. Pretty sure, yeah, this is up. This stock was 56 cents just a few days ago. So a nice little double here on the penny play. This would have been a great swing for the small account. Not something I felt good about though. But Becca, kudos to you. You were on this. Becca knows, that's for sure. INSG is a popular stock around the office too. This is a 5G play. I'm not sure how 5G plays are holding up in the environment that we're in right now, but INSG clearly having a good couple of days here. Good shout. And then the other thing, Crow, you were talking earlier. I was kind of waiting for one of the same things that you were, right? You said, this is the knife I was waiting for. So if we take a look at BLCM on the 1-minute chart, we knifed down. We did try to bounce. We've actually gone lower here. So this is a knife that I wanted to for the potential bounce back. Remember, I had actually purchased my shares around 103, trying to confirm a move back up. We'll see if we get this. The fact that it's not breaking down on big volume so far keeps it in play for the rest of the day. Now it's out of play for me because the last thing that I want to do is burn up 2 day trades on the same stock, have to go through wash sales stuff with all that. Don't want to do all of that, but this is a pretty good spot here. This is one of the things I was hoping for too. I was hoping to buy it down. We'll see if this ends up confirming going back to the upside.
All right, got another pullback fill there in Tesla, like I talked about. Wanted it close to that. Now I'm at 170, 167 into the green here, but just watching the trade as I work it.
Getting asked about Summit, Will Zook asking Ryan, thoughts on Summit? Summit, for me, this is a day trader, right? This is not something that I would hold or swing overnight. If there is a swing thesis out there that you have, I definitely would like to know what it is. Now, the recent performance has been really good. And in fact, on Friday, we had a nice move up, and we're actually holding those gains today. We're actually holding some of the knives too, right? We're actually trying to bounce off that pullback. That is showing me some strength. So if you're in this, it's definitely a potential play. For me, though, this is day trade only. And again, I'm going to try to dial back my day trading now that I've already kind of burnt one on a crummy trade out of the gate here.
All right, SPY making now another down attempt here. I'm looking to see if we break 412s on a 15-minute candle. I think that's very important to catch because that's pre-market support here. Tesla coming down really fast here, so I could add here. So I'm just kind of taking it easy. Of course, I want to risk off kind of the 170.42 today. So right now, as it comes down fast, I'm going to be slow. But as it comes back around towards 172, I will add if it gets there. But it's all about also the market. If it keeps just declining, well, probably going to get stopped out on this one for the day trade. I'm going to use the day trade there if I need to, but I'm looking really for the swing up. I'm battling, team. Let's go, baby. XOM into the green there for the swing trade at least, but that's not in this account, the small account. That's another account there, and that's working already in my favor. All right, now Tesla looking like it's trying to bottom around this 171. I just need the market to recover on the 15-minute over the 412.05. So we got about 2 minutes left on that candle.
Sorry, I had to step away there. Cat knocked over a bunch of bird seeds, so we're having a fun morning here. Got it all cleaned up, though.
There's the SPY back above the 412s there on the SPY. I'm just looking at it. We got still 2 minutes left here. And another leg lower. And yeah, that'll probably get us out of here. But if the SPY could reverse, financial services reverse, then maybe we can get back to the upside on the day. Looking at stocks like Bank of America to see if they could come back. They just rejected VWAP. JPM is at the bottom of the range. Let's see if they start coming back. Goldman Sachs, bottom of the range. So the banks right now are struggling a little bit. I'm going to see if they come back to green.
And in small cap land, we have a bunch of craziness going on. SMX after that pop coming back into the VWAP. This might be setting up. And TRVN, boy, did I pick the wrong stock here today. TRVN, great little ride up on the VWAP, a push away into some halts. We even had a downside halt that was caught. We didn't even come all the way back in, and then we got another upside halt, took new highs here, 173 your day high. TRVN might not be done, but disappointed that I took the stinker of the stocks off the list here today. That happens. That's part of it. Again, defense first. That's how we're going to end up growing small accounts. We're not going to take undue risk just because we're seeing a lot of action happening. TRVN now moving more towards the highs here. If you guys are in TRVN and have the capability of doing so, now is an excellent spot to shave part of your position, lock some of those gains in, and then wait for a reset for the next leg up. 180 looks to be the next test here. It is certainly going for 180. Stopping at 177, I think here. Yeah, I got a 178, the high print. A lot of volume traded there at 176. So we'll see on TRVN.
All right, guys, keep battling out there. It's not always easy, right? We'll see what happens here. The 15-minute candle for me closes right below 412s. Now I'm looking to see if we can recover back to the VWAP for the SPY. And there's a little bit of a move, but it's stopping right around the 1205 area that was support in pre-market. I'm looking to see if we can get back up towards 412.50s. Being patient with my Tesla ads too. So that's the one thing that I love to go into Tesla one share at a time. It helps me out, just kind of slowly get into the name versus rushing into the name.
Scaling into things, especially things that you're not really good at trading, for me, that's Tesla. Scaling into things can really, really help, Mitch. That kind of leads itself to the defense strategy, right? You're not going all in too early. Instead, you're being a little bit more tactical about what you're taking. Becca, Chef, finding another move. Becca, you got all of the movers here this morning. VSIG going through the double top at 490, upside halt at 537 on VSIG. I feel like we traded this one recently. Let me go back to VSIG here. In the 15-minute, this is what we're looking at. Yeah, VSIG had a monster afternoon one afternoon. Really was kind of crummy the next day. But now we're kind of curling back up. We're right into that sideways range here. This could get wild. This unhalts. Let's see. By the way, PayPal continuing to move back down to the lows here on PayPal.
All right, looking around, team. Looking around. Right now, you got that Tesla, just watching it here. The big thing is the SPY hasn't turned back towards above the 412, so not going to get that positive action if we don't get that cut through. And if we cut through the low on the 15-minute, which is 411.76, I think we'll go a little lower, at least for the overall market. Looking for the reversal, but gotta actually see it, right? It rejected that 412.06. See if we get back up into the 412s. So slowly just letting Tesla work.
I'm living life on the edge on my Moomoo. Let me go ahead and show y'all. So
life on the edge, baby.
Yeah, this could be disastrous, but for now, you can see on my broker here, one of the brokers, I'm short 75 shares, right, of SPY. But on Moomoo, which I'm going to go ahead and stop, share screen, share the window, there's Moomoo. There we go. Share that. I am into... I have 2 contracts of the SPY put expiring today. The 412 puts expiring today. So I will either lose $100 or make $100. We'll see which way things end up flowing out. But just wanted to give you all a heads up. I am currently in SPY puts 412 in the small account challenge. And if I just go to this little thing, it'll tell you right there. So the average price was 98 cents is what I had paid.
All right, oil going lower, at least for my XOM, going deeper into the green, almost 0.5% there, just watching that work.
TRVN, I'm seeing Ripster tweet on TRVN, so I would imagine his following is trading this as well, just something to keep in mind. TRVN so far has been working, so it's been a good trade so far. We'll see where we end up.
Yeah, closer to 150 the better on that one, in my opinion.
Finally, man. Come on, SPY. Show me that 412s, man.
You already got it. Now let it go.
Let's go. All right, starting to see a little bit there. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can add one more share here of some Tesla. Ooh, no. Come on. I can't even add one more.
Why can't you add one more?
Don't got enough money.
How many do you have total? How many shares do you have?
Two.
That makes sense.
2, baby. 2.
That makes sense.
I tried to get 3. I tried to get 3 there, team. I tried the add there, but nah, I don't got enough there. So just gonna have to hold on to what I got here, right? And so the risk off for me is 170.40s area. I can risk really down to 170.30s. That's going to be okay. SPY back up above 412s. We'll look for Tesla to kind of get hot now, back above the VWAP, and see if it can make the move towards 177 for the gap fill.
Good thing about this SPY is that we haven't set a higher high yet. So although we're bouncing, we actually haven't cleared out where we were. We actually have a series of 2 lower highs on the intraday chart. So although the SPY moved against Zunaid's trade here, not enough for it to invalidate my plan. I think he's still pretty good. We'll see if SPY keeps bouncing. Real quick here, Ryan, good to see you again this morning, my man. BA continuing down with a big red candle on the 10-minute. Here's what I see about Boeing. First of all, again, love this company, great American company, military contracts, government contracts, the whole 9 yards. The one thing we've seen kind of a weak market recently, Ryan. And the one thing that I will say here is that even when it pulls back, even when it has knives, like it did here on this candle on May 4th, that was Friday, wasn't it? May 4th was Thursday. May 4th was Thursday last week. So even on that, we actually still held this 193. This sideways, excuse me, my goodness, this sideways channel, definitely good. We've talked about this quite a bit. Really, I'm not concerned about more Boeing downside until we break this low. So it is a little bit weak here today, but nothing of major concern unless we break down here. Even if we trade sideways and kind of hug this, there's a possibility we trade up towards the other end of the range on Boeing.
AMD did a nice little push there towards the 90-30 level. If I could get below 90s or close to 90s here, it wouldn't feel too bad for a buy the pullback, buy the dip moment. We'll see if AMD can give me that pullback or not.
Smoke Tuna saying that BLCM is setting up. This is kind of what we talked about. Crow and I were both kind of waiting for the same thing. We're waiting for a nice pullback to buy. I waited for it to confirm back to the upside and didn't get the greatest price. We did get another knife that took us lower, but same deal here. This is not fully breaking down. The one thing that is concerning me about this trade is that the volume is drying up. That volume continues to dry up. I don't really see this having the oomph, if you will, to make another move back up. But remember, volume can change quickly. So if this is one of the stocks that you're watching, that would be one of the things to watch. It's great that we're holding in here. Maybe we do curl back up. We've seen a lot of these plays actually come later in the day, and maybe that'll be the case for BLCM here. Let me go ahead and fix my options chart here. There we go. There we go. So unusual options are flowing here.
Watching the banks here to see if they could reverse back into the green. I think that's important if the market wants to carry higher. Boom, boom. It's that type of day, team. I'll tell you what, I'm happy that I'm taking it slow, even though I was like super excited coming into the day. You know, when you can be super excited coming into the day, sometimes you need to like calm yourself down a little bit. So I was telling myself, patience, young blood. Yeah, patience, patience. For me, a lot of the times over trading doesn't really help me. Let's just be honest. And so I'm trying to take things nice and slow and not even really day trading much there. Just taking it easy, taking it easy.
Defense first, right, Mitch? I mean, Crow's giving you his blessing too. That's the way to do it, Money Mitch, 100%.
It's the only way we're going to add up that small account, right, Ryan? We got to keep it simple, keep things simple.
I mean,
try to take shots. There's nothing wrong with taking shots, but
let's face it, Mitch. Maybe we do find a situation like Top where the stock starts at $1 or $2 and we grab 100, 150 shares and then it goes ridiculous. Goes to 20.
I'll tell you right now, I don't even see myself getting 150 shares, Ryan. Like, okay. I've been going, like, I went about the sizing there, like at 50 on like a smaller name like that. 50 to me is still good enough. Like if I could get $1 move, $50 on this account in one day, guys, I'm going to take that and run.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did on day one. That's exactly what I did on day one.
That was a killer way to start an account, Ryan. Like $50 on 500, bro, like pat yourself on the back and just keep riding that.
Yeah, I was telling Zunaid again before the show, the other effect, aside from the monetary $50 value, 10% of the account, the other effect that had was a huge confidence boost, because the last thing that I wanted to do was immediately start the contest off red. We were able to start with a green trade, not always the case. So that gave me a little bit of a confidence boost. We were able to take some more. I'm happy that I've been able to mix in some overnight swings that I really don't mind holding. And you can see that even when it went against me, I didn't give all of that money back. Again, that kind of leads back to the whole playing defense thing, being able to stack these gains on top of each other. The point that I was trying to make about Top is that, yeah, sure, we might catch one of these stocks that goes ballistic on a small share size and be able to make some pretty good money. That might happen. But realistically, what we're going to need is something repeatable, something that we're going to be able to do on a regular basis, or at least a semi-regular basis, in order to stack these gains up. If we hit some home runs along the way, just like Mitch did this weekend, I'll take it. But otherwise, we're going to try to focus on things that we can control and again, limit our risk, just kind of back to the whole defense play.
Definitely. That's what I like to hear, man. And it's always a little bit of a battle, right? We'll see what happens here. If I do get stopped out in Tesla, just got to know what the risk to reward is here. It's about a little bit over $1 for what? I won't be mad if I could get like $6 on the upside for $1 risk. So we'll see. It's all about risk to reward. Keep playing that. And we'll see if we fall into the green. That's what I always say. You almost like fall into the green if you can keep trying to set yourself up.
I went ahead and added to my share size on the SPY shorts. I had 75, I added additional 75, and I also went ahead and purchased the same exact contracts on the 412 puts again as well. So I'm in the positions there. What?
I was just going to say, Zunaid, I was just going to comment on your trade. You know, we talked about it not setting a higher high, and look what the SPY is doing now. It's rolling back over in the direction of your trade. So really good patience there, dude.
Appreciate you, pal.
Big part is looking at financial services. Those leaked a little bit there. Let's see if they continue leaking.
Shout out to, I think it was here. Let me go ahead and switch screens. Becca, let me know when you'd like some steak. What is it? I don't know the ticker's name. There it is. INSG. Got in this one because I like the dollars. You guys know that. One thing I should have done, right? Even though this trade is being profitable at the moment, doesn't matter until and unless I hit my profit targets. I should have waited for the retest of 101s and $1. That's on me on how to make this better. The question is, why is Xfinity calling me? What do you guys think? They're trying to sell me some stuff? I don't know.
It is most definitely a sales call. The other thing is I'm pretty sure that Becca is a vegetarian, so lol at you telling her to get a steak. That's funny.
You know what?
I mean, Mitch, isn't Becca the one that you go back and forth with on Beyond Meat?
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, okay, so lol. Zunaid is laughing so hard he fell out of his chair. He's gone.
He's like, oh, man. The vegetarian to do exactly what she doesn't want to do.
I mean, I could be mixing it up, but I don't think so.
All right, guys, close to getting out of Tesla today.
Zunaid's going to do the show from the bottom of his desk.
I'm a little too old for this move that I just did. I'll be back in a few minutes.
He needs that therapy gun already, man. All right, seeing a little bit of leaking here in Tesla. Might get stopped out, but I'm keeping it to a 5-minute candle right now. Below 170s, of course, I just got to get out. It's already gone through my risk, but a lot of times I get these wick moves. So I'm looking to see if I get a wick move back through 170.42. Below 170 is like the final risk for me. No matter what, if it cuts that, I'll just get the hell out.
Real quick, just worth mentioning, TRVN, another upside halt, more highs. This thing an absolute monster. SMX also curling, right? So we're getting a slight volume expansion. We're not getting these volume pops. We did move back through that 205 level. To me, 240 probably on deck here for SMX. At least something to watch. Definitely kind of looking back on how today is unfolding. I definitely burned my day trade a little bit early, but I'm not upset about it because I used it for protection. Mitch talked about this last week. He likes to save his day trades to protect his active positions. We had 3 pretty good candidates here for trades. I took the worst of the 3. That's the reality. That's trading. That's how it goes sometimes. And with the small account, I'm not able to just get back into another position. I have to be patient. I have to.
Yeah, the SPY looks like it wants down here, and it is coming down here. I'm going to go ahead and try to start working out of this Tesla trade here. It's going to be a small loss there for a day trade. I didn't want to spend the day trade here, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, especially if it gets through. I'm just going to go ahead and set a little stop here.
So I got a question.
Uh-oh.
I've got 2 contracts on the Moomoo, right? My short account challenge thingy. If I go ahead and sell one, let's say now, and another one, say later today, does that count as 2 day trades, or is it still just one round trip?
I believe that it counts as 2, right? Because you bought one and added.
Well, no, I didn't add. So I bought 2.
Okay, so that's an opening trade.
Right.
I believe that if you sell one of those contracts that uses up one of your, yes, I believe if you scale out.
So I have to sell 2.
Matthew was saying that's only 1 trade. Andy's saying no. So it looks like I'm wrong here.
You have to sell it all out at once, I think.
Okay, that's
how I do it. That if you guys see how I'm adding into Tesla, I can add, but when I sell, I have to sell it all at once, so it could be 1 day trade.
So Zunaid, so it sounds to me like you're not going to be able to scale out of this. This is also something that we discussed is a little bit more of a problem for small accounts. This is what right here, Zunaid is trying to do a disciplined thing, and the PDT rule is stopping him from doing that. Let that be known.
That's why
I
I'm
would
not
have scaled
scaling.
right there, and then it bounced.
That's why I haven't been scaling out in this account. It can really cost your day trades.
Oh man!
So
All right, you know what? I'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and. Can you scale out? I'll Google it. I'll figure it out.
it just costs a day trade. You can,
question.
but it's considered a day trade.
Yeah,
Right, but it's considered day trade. But the question is it considered 2 day trades if I get out in 2 legs?
Yes.
Okay, you're
It's
saying
two-
yes.
Yeah, this is why I sold out in one shebang on my penny stock trade, because I knew it would have cost me 2 orders if I was sold out in 2 orders.
Zunaid, let me ask you, how many day trades do you have?
I've got the whole world. I've got 3.
Okay, so you have all 3. So in the worst case scenario, even if
Yeah, it
you do
won't
this,
matter.
you're not locked. Okay,
No,
well that's
no,
important too.
No.
All right, I will let you guys know here. I did put just the stop limit order. I put it there at the limit would fill at 169.60. If it goes through 169.69 right now on Tesla, it started making its way back. I set the stop, and I'm just now hands off on this trade, and there'll be about a $4 loss if I get through there. But now we're at least getting it bouncing back through that 170.40s. So just battling, guys. The sell button, I think, is what matters, right? It's not necessarily even the buy button. I think it's when you sell any order that was bought on the day, like any sizing, any contract, anything, you sell it, it considers a trade. At least that's the way I can think about it, but maybe I might be wrong too.
And here's one more thing. So let me bring up my screen here real quick. Here's one more. We got a question earlier that was asking if the accounts are subject to the settlement, right? So you can see here on my broker screen, it says that I have $587 of buying power. So the day trade that we did today has not settled, but they're still giving me that in buying power to make another trade here because that trade is closed. So while I can't withdraw it, in fact, is there a way to see that? Withdraw. Yeah. So here you go. So this is it. Well, I cannot withdraw those gains here today. It's got to settle. I do have them available as buying power, right? That's going to be right in here. So yes, it's still subject to the settlement. You can't withdraw that cash until those trades settle. But if you want, you can still use that as part of your buying power.
Once asked ChatGPT.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a funny little experiment. Matthew giving a really confident answer here, saying the position is the trade. You can keep adding. It's one trade. You can scale out. It's one trade. If you sell a piece and then add, it becomes a new trade. This makes sense to me. This does make. I think Matthew is correct here.
That's what I'm seeing is here as well. So I've got the fact that, hey, if you buy 1 share, then buy 2 shares, then buy 7 shares, now you have a total of 10 shares. If you scale out in 3 legs, it is still considered a 1-day trade because it is one change in direction between buys and sells. So
great job looking at it. Great discipline there, Zunaid. Great discipline there.
Thank you. Let's rock and roll, baby. Now that we know that, let's talk about a game plan.
There we go.
I've got 2. So on TradingView, I've got 150 shares. 100 I'm going to get out at about 411.54. Then what I'm going to do on Moomoo, I'm going to go ahead and scale out of one of the 2 contracts that I have at 411.50s. The second contract that's remaining, I'll either sell at break even, or I will go ahead and sell if we go ahead and hit 411. So basically, I'm scaling out of my contracts that expire today. So it's a dangerous life that I live with my $200 every 50 cents. That's the game plan. And I only have 2, which means we're waiting for a point drop. So let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY that we are right now, right? This is obviously holding up as support at the moment around the 411.84 level. Excuse me, 411.76 level. We need a crack, and there's a crack, but can we just flush? There's a flush. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now let's go back to Moomoo, share screen.
Boom,
share
out
window.
Tesla there, guys. Out Tesla there. Small loss there, and really nice and controlled loss there. What is it? A $4 loss there. That's what I want to be doing, team. I was making about like $12, $15 on the plus side. Loss at $4. I'll take that anytime.
All right, on Moomoo, this is where entries matter so much, and this is, you know, some little bit of theta comes into play, because even though SPY is further down than when I purchase a contract, because of theta and all those good things, it isn't quite working out for me. Where is my position itself? Where's so you can see right there, still down the position. What's up?
I think if you click on me, Zunaid, now you'll be able to see. Oh no, this doesn't show your positions. I think that you.
Well, it's right there. It shows my position right there.
Okay, it does. Yeah, it does. No, it does. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. And then you can see on the top right what that position is worth. So we'll see how these things play out. But you do also have, by the way, BLCM crossing $1 as life gets interesting on that side of the track. You've also got VWAP right there as well. So something to keep in mind. So there's BLCM approaching $1, trying to stay above it. PayPal, as the market's going down, PayPal, $75 level, holding. But come on, can we just get a flush, please?
BLCM client. This is interesting. I'll go right back to you, Zunaid. But BLCM, remember what we talked about the last time we took a look at this? It wasn't breaking down. We did say that the volume was not what we wanted to see, but the price action is good here. It's not coming all the way back to make a round trip. It looks like it's trying to go back above 102. If we turn the VWAP on, you can see it really stopped at VWAP here. We get that volume expansion right here. This might be another up move. We shall see. I will not be trading it. By the way, here's Grab Holdings. Stock is up today. So when I get awarded my shares, they should be worth even more. Let's go. Let's go. Zunaid, going back to you.
No, here we go. So again, still waiting for that flush to 411.50s on the SPY. Come on, we've got our wicks. Can we just come on down? That's all we're asking for.
You need a flush, Zunaid. You need a flush so you can get out of this puppy and book those gains, baby.
I do. And these are the 3 positions I'm in. So again, this is the put that I purchased at 85 cents. Currently up $12. Again, just waiting for that flush on that one. On the SPY short, you obviously see that on my screen right there as well. And then INSG, which, Impossible Burger is the route to go with this one.
All right, team, I just want to let you guys know. So what I'm doing here is putting up the FINRA actual definition there. So if you guys want to go deeper into it, of course, take a look at FINRA. That's probably going to be the best resource for that information.
Does that say anything different than what we had talked about?
I mean, the key there is it's considered the same security, especially for contracts, so you should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Same security.
It's not a new trade. You're adding
same security,
and I believe it's the same strike and expiry too. When we're talking about options, it has to be the same instrument, and I think that Zunaid did exactly that.
So you can look a little bit closer into that outlook right there. That's straight from FINRA.
And by the way, wisdom straight from our community. It takes 2 cows to Moomoo, says Sydney. Let's go.
Let's go.
I will send that to the
move over.
By the way, Smoke Tuna, you were talking about SMX. SMX actually at a pretty important point here. It looks like it's trying to break that low. We give this up. To me, it looks like 148. That would kind of take it off the watch list, if you will. We were talking about BLCM before. The other one was TRVN. This one was definitely the move here today. This halted to the upside again. Volume has remained good. We're still halted. We'll check this out as soon as it opens here. But TRVN, this one has been the mover. It's tough to actually rebuy this given all of the back and forth and the number of halts. But right out of the open here, this move off the VWAP and then the push away from the VWAP, great entry signal.
All right, so now definitely got to be patient. No more day trades for me right now, team.
Same.
So this small account is locked. So we go to the top, we hit that lock button. Not going to be taking trades there, but I do see AMD pulled back to 90, just bounced off of it. Looks like it wants above 90 30s, and that's definitely a stock people are looking for to buy the dip opportunities. I'm not going to take the day trade in there. Was looking at it earlier, but stopped watching there. Now it's back to 90 36. Gonna leave that alone. Just wanted to call that out for the people looking at some tech trades. SPY still really didn't break the 412s there. It did a little bit of a wick down there, but look where the bodies are closing. It could reclaim 412 right now. Look, boom, right there. So it's a tough market, team, for sure. I'm gonna call it a wrap. I've already got my oil short at least. So at least for that outlook, I'm probably done trading for the day. I can add to oil shorts. That still looks great for me, but just going to continue to watch to see if we get an up move in financial services.
That's really funny. Come on, Jersey Stranger. That's hilarious. To answer your question, I'm not sure if it will come down or it won't, but where I would look to go short if I was personally looking to do so is a break of 89. So you can see you had resistance there. You popped above. You've been holding that support level in the pre-market and here in the session as well. So I wouldn't look to go short until and unless we can get to 89s. If you're looking for a short near the upside of things, maybe 91.64, but again, not really the best way to go. So I'd say the closer to 92 here, risk maybe 50 cents, or wait for a breakdown of 89s. That's the way that I would rock with that one.
And real quick here, Sydney's asking, do bulls moo? Only if they have a really bad day, Sydney. And also TRVN here, this opened and popped into an upside halt and is now halted at 218. So TRVN, this thing a rager. At this point now, in terms of new trades, we're too extended from the VWAP. The stock's up 246%. Be more disciplined. We missed the move earlier because we selected something else. But TRVN, this is still an absolute monster.
SPY coming back. You see there?
Sure is. SPY coming right back to VWAP.
And thanks, Sydney. No worries. I'll be careful with it. And the key here is this has been a planned attack. And so one thing that's very hard to do is when you're in a planned attack, change it up, right? Because you see some strength into the move. That's what I was expecting for. I was expecting to see oil strong for a day or two and then going in with the hammer. The big thing for me, I'm watching WTI. So WTI back above 72s, right? Then today, right around 8 a.m., starts to falter, bounces back up to 73, falters back down to 72. I at least want to be looking for the move back into 60s for crude. That will show me that I timed this right. If for any reason I see a move back up into the 80 mark, or let's say 78s, well, that'll tell me that I got it wrong. And it's as simple as that sometimes. That's the way I'm going about it, and we'll see if it works out. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to start wrapping up here, team. You guys can give your outlook the rest of the day, and I'll let you guys wrap it up.
All right, let me go ahead here real quick, because one of the big things that what happened here?
What?
My mouse wheel wasn't working.
Oh,
no worries. It happens to the best.
Yeah, that's really weird. Zunaid, let's go to you first.
Sure, no problem. So on the SPY here, on my Moomoo account, I did go and add one more of the same exact contract because this way my risk reward is a little bit better. I added, I think, around 70 cents or so. But if we do go ahead and break above the 412.54s, I will go ahead and get out of this position entirely on the SPY, Moomoo, everybody. I will go ahead and get out. And then on this INSG trade, we're about a penny or two away from taking gains at 109. So those are my positions there. Biggest level, I think we've already identified it. SPY 412, couldn't really flush with it.
A couple of things that I'm going to be watching here for the rest of the day. Let me go ahead and remove this.
Yep.
There we go. A couple of things I'm going to be watching here. We're, of course, going to be watching the SPY, right? This is a daily occurrence. You can see that even today, even in this recent push-up, we're actually not breaching that high. That's exactly what we want to see. If we take a look at the intraday chart here, Zunaid just gave you a great rundown. Really, if we stay rejected at the VWAP again, I think Zunaid short's probably good for another retest of this 411 level. But moving back to the daily here, the level that if we do start moving to the downside, the level I'm going to be watching is 410. One of the other things that I'm going to be watching today is one of the earnings movers, right? So PayPal, we talked a little bit about that. PayPal reporting after the close here today. One of the things that I'm noticing here, PayPal was weak out of the open. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. It was a little bit weak out of the open, but we traded right back down to where we kind of settled on Friday, and now it's kind of curling back up. So be interesting to see if we can get any takeaways about PayPal's earnings from some of its trading activity today. That's always a dangerous game, but that's one of the things that I'm going to be watching here. Like Mitch, I'm done day trading in the small account challenge. The only thing that might change that, and I will tweet it, of course, if that changes, is maybe a swing on one of these ETFs overnight. We'll see. I don't have a great feeling about it now, but let's see how the day unfolds. If there's something that we can take ahead of the close tonight, then we might be able to manage that position tomorrow and have it not count as a day trade. So that would be what I'm watching here, Mitch.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I try to avoid those situations. So I'll tell you, at least from my side, I'm not even gonna even get close to touching a stock today. I got to start letting the day trades build up too. So you guys might see me take a day or two pause. And I don't like to always be down to one day trade, right? Because that just feels like you're very limited in your options. So I'll try to build it back up towards the 3. And that's how it is, team. With the small account, you got to take it slow. It's not large account, take it fast, right? And small account, we got to take it slow. And that's the way we're going to go about it.
Absolutely.
So definitely not a bad day overall out there. So we'll start wrapping up here. We'll get out of here in about 5 minutes here. I'm just taking a look to see if the market could reverse or not for you guys as we start wrapping up the day. And keep battling out there, team. It's not always going to be easy, right? We're always going to have to battle a little bit. So you never know what can come in this market. And definitely taking a look here, wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an outlook on my weekend here. Let's have a little fun here towards the end of the streams. If you guys want to bounce, you guys are more than welcome to, by all means. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what I did this weekend. And I had a little fun.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, little baseball action here. So let me put this full screen here so you guys can see.
Really quickly, Mitch, really quickly before you do that, I have an update, folks. One of the 5 grab shares was awarded to my account today. Nice. So that boosts the value of the account yet again. So let's do, let me, before I turn this back over to Mitch, let me do a really quick recap on the small account activity today. We had 3 potential trades in play. I selected the worst of the 3. However, once I selected that, I was able to manage that. We got a little bit of green. It felt heavy. So I said, you know what? I really don't want to go red on this. I'm just going to close it. We closed it for a measly $16 gain. But guess what? Base hits, slow and steady. That's going to win the race. We were also awarded one of the shares of Grab today at 302. So now we are sitting at $590 for the small account challenge. We're up almost $100 from the initial investment in a week. So what's a 20% increase in a week, just about. I will take that. We are still destroying the S&P 500 over that same time. 14.25% performance on the account versus minus 0.02% on the SPY. So we're doing our jobs as traders here. We're not blowing our capital. We're slowly moving it back up. This is what we want to continue. Now, Mitch, I got to hear about this weekend here. I got to hear about it. So.
Oh, it was fun though, definitely. So you guys know I've been doing a little bit of a comeback challenge, and so I'm actually in 2 leagues. I'm in a wood bat league. Of course, that's a little bit harder, but in this one league, it's kind of like a fun Spanish league, and they have no rules on bats you can use. So I busted out, and I know maybe some of you guys might know this. You guys are baseball players, but we got a Z2K 20th anniversary.
Oh yes, you know
from
what
Korea.
It's
from Korea. So this is the 20th year anniversary of this bat. It came out 20 years ago.
5,
that's back when they had no limits.
Went with it.
So I was out here on this field. I said, you know what? It's time to hit a nice
2
bomb,
3/4.
Right? So
you know what that means. It's time.
Wait, you have action with it?
For what happens in illegal batting leagues.
Now, I will let you guys know.
You ready, baby?
I'm a little bit upset at my guys here because they had the GoPro set up, and of course,
I'm fucking ready.
Nobody hits the record.
Time to drop bombs, baby.
But I was able to get a nice bomb. I'll show you guys that in just a quick second here, at least where it went. Unfortunately, I don't have the video for it, but I can show you guys at least how far it went. I did track it a little bit because I wanted to see how bad it was. It was a nice 361-foot shot. But the fun part was really is that I even talked to the umpire before the game started. I was like, you see that little thing in center field? You see that scoreboard? I want to hit that bad boy. Oh, I freaking hit it over it, Ryan. I was like, dang, almost got it. But hey, getting back into it. And what does this show us, guys? Well, this shows us that, hey, you guys keep battling out there. Don't give up, right? And one thing that I struggled with a lot in high school was I couldn't hit bombs. I had to adjust my swing now. And just as simply as when you adjust your process and approach to something like this can happen, right? So I always like to bring it back to trading. That's how we can bring this back to trading. Find some way to improve your process. Maybe learn from the best, right? That's how I was able to change around my swing and kind of hit it like a nice little bomb here. So, I mean, 361, that's not no gimme. So I'm going to be looking to try to keep pushing forward also in trading. You guys out there, look for mentors, look for people that can help you get to that next level in your trading. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. You guys ready to wrap it up? Any last comments?
Nope.
Good luck. Stay disciplined. We'll be back at it.
All right, like always, check out Moomoo. Get those free stocks. I'm actually be cashing in my free stocks tomorrow live, so check it out here, team, and smash the like. Like always, live trading with Benzinga.